Hello there, my name is Andrew Druckman and I'd like to welcome you to the channel because after all, the reason why you clicked on that link is because you want to learn how to get customers for your lawn care business. Well, guess what? You just came to the right place because that is exactly what we are going to be talking about today. Now, if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to Traffic Magic because that is what we do. We talk about different tips and strategies to help you get more people to the front door of your business every single day. Because after all, if you have nobody at the front door of your business, you have no business because that is the bloodline. That is the bloodline to your business. And also, something to keep in mind, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below that's going to give you free training so that this way you can learn how to drive hundreds of customers to the front door of your business every single day. Now, without further ado, let's get into the action. So, the very first tip I'm going to share with you in order to get more people and more customers to the front door of your business for your lawn care business is understand exactly what your niche is going to be and who it is that you're going to specifically target. And I say that for that specific reason, because if you understand your niche and you understand exactly what your niche is going to be, that in and of itself is going to give you a better idea to understand exactly who it is that you're going to be targeting, who your clientele, who your customer is going to be, because it might very well be small homes. It could be small homes, it could be bigger luxury homes, it could be commercial businesses, whatever the case might very well be. If you can understand your target audience and understand what their needs are, and so at that point it'll put you in a position to solve their problems and fulfill their needs, well, then that's going to give you a better chance of not only retaining those customers, but also building a long-term relationship with those customers and be able to have recurring customers. And to be honest with you, I don't know what business doesn't want to not only retain customers, but also keep those customers coming in over and over again and constantly retaining those same customers. So really hope that makes sense. And now that we talked about the niche part of it, the next thing I'm going to tell you to do is this is where you're going to want to build a strong social media presence. Now, today, what we are going to be talking about is Facebook. You don't necessarily have to do Facebook. You can do YouTube, for example. You could do Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Craigslist, etc. Whatever the case might very well be. It really doesn't matter so much what social media platform you use. It really doesn't. The only thing I will tell you to do, though, is whatever social media platform you use, you have to be able to, at this point, understand there's some social media platforms that are a little bit different than others. So it's really important to do your research and understand the limitations of whatever that might very well look like in that specific social media platform. And then once you do that, then go ahead, hone in on it, and constantly keep working on that social media platform so that this way you can get customers for your lawn care business. But make sure when you do that, don't go on 5 or 6, 7 different platforms. Make sure you focus in on one, or if not, 2 at the very most social media platforms, so that this way you can get good on getting customers for your lawn care business on that specific social media platform. And before we go any further, the last part I want to talk about is the main reason why you want to build a social media presence more than anything else is because we are way past the day and age where people used to flip through the yellow pages, go read news articles, because the truth of the matter is that we're so past that, because right now we're in a day and age where everything is moved to the internet, whether people aren't on social media, they're Googling it, whatever the case might very well be. Everything right now, or most everything, is on social media because everybody and their mama and their mama's mama is on social media. So honestly, if you're not taking advantage of social media, not only are you, in my personal opinion, leaving a whole lot of money on the table, but you're actually doing yourself a total disservice. So that's why I think it's really important to have a strong social media presence, because it is kind of like having a digital business card. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more too. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I will tell you in regards to Facebook, seeing as how that is what we're going to be talking about today, is build out your Facebook page in that specific niche that you are going to be targeting, right? So, I mean, this is my Facebook page, so I am actually, this is something I build out when it comes to traffic, because I think it's important to have customers at the front door of your business, because again, this is something I said at the beginning of the video, right? Because if you have nobody at the front door of your business, you have no business. So that is something that I think that is very crucial and very important for any business, regardless whatever business that you're in. Now, seeing as how we're going to be talking about lawn care, we're going to go ahead and go in the search bar, type in lawn care. There we go. So lawn care. Oh, law care. Okay. Excuse me. I put in lawn care. Oops, a law care. Lawn care. Okay, give it a second to load up. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start from top. Look here. This is Scott's Lawn Care. We're going to go ahead and click here. This person has 325,000 followers. That is insane. Now, let's go ahead and click here. Let's see what this page is about. Let's start here. So to me, from what it is, I can see it looks like this person has been building their social media presence for quite some time now. I mean, over 300,000 followers, that's a lot. And honestly, and that's really all it is you need to do in this is, honestly, when you're doing this, again, you want to build this out. You want to build out your Facebook page around that specific niche of whatever it is that you are doing. And what you want to do is you want to invite people to your Facebook page. You want to constantly invite people to the Facebook page. You want to constantly keep posting content on your page every single day. And another thing, what you can do also within that subject, as far as whatever Facebook group that you decide to go in, one of the things you can do is you could also target your local area of wherever it is that you're living at, right? So let's say if you're living in Atlanta, Georgia, just for conversation's sake, then that's what you would want to do. You want to put in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's actually do that really quickly. Atlanta, Georgia, lawn care. We're going to go ahead and wait for it to load up. Anybody on here have a lawn care service in Atlanta? See, right there right off the bat. I just put that in, and if I was to try to sit here and advertise my business, I would comment in here. I would comment in saying, hello there, my name is for example, my name is Andrew. How are you doing? I do have a lawn care business that is within that local area. I would be willing to give you a free quote if you want to give me a call. We could set up an appointment where I can come over and we can figure out the details from there. Boom. See that? You just got it. You at that point have just gotten a customer. You increase your chance of being able to have a customer, and you're probably going to be able to close in on that customer and be able to solve their problems and make a profit. So that's just right off the bat, right, within like 5 seconds. But see, the thing about it is that the reason why I'm telling you to also target your local areas and go in those Facebook groups and advertise. And when you advertise, and this is what I wanted to do. I'm going to go ahead and go back. I just want to show you that real quick. So let's see. Well, here's something, right? It turns out freedom feels like cozy patch of grass. Happy 4th of July. Look at this, just a cute video of this dog. Like, that is awesome. And then on top of that, look, it looks like they actually have some, let's see. Well, I like this. Look at this. Now, this is very attractive. This is cool. Look at the lawn. It's spelled out mom. Like, this is really cool. Like, I think this is some great content. Now, and when you post content, keep something in mind. Oh, and that was another thing that I want to point out really quickly. I apologize. I'm just thinking about this right now. Is that was certain things that they were specifically talking about. One of the videos that we just looked at was talking about Happy 4th of July, then Happy Mother's Day. So, and whether it being whatever the case might very well be, if you could target in on these things and focus in on on certain moments where there are holidays that are coming up, that's also a great thing to do too. Also, just kind of something to keep in mind. But I want to look a little bit deeper into this list. Turn your yard into the lawn of the free, one stripe at a time. We'll show you how. See, this, and here's the thing about this. This is what I love about videos like this. It could be videos, pictures, combination of. And the thing about this is that you can clearly see that he is doing what it is that anybody could be doing right now, right? The red, white, blue stripes. He's mowing the lawn, and he looks like he is enjoying himself doing this. Like, that is very, very creative. In my personal opinion, I think that's very creative. Now, when you do these sort of things, it doesn't necessarily have to be complicated, it doesn't have to be complex. But see, to me, I think content like this is very attractive, and it didn't really take a whole lot of effort. Right, so I really hope that makes sense. I mean, obviously he had to put effort into it. I'm not saying he didn't put any effort. Obviously, he put a lot of thought and effort into that particular holiday when it comes to the 4th of July, for example. But the point that I'm making more than anything else is when you're posting content, not only will I tell you it's really crucial to post content every single day or every other day, because after all, the more content that you post, the more people you bring into your Facebook group, or the more that you're going into these local Facebook groups in the area of where you're locally at, or combination of, whatever the case might very well be, you will increase your chances of actually getting more customers. So I really hope that makes sense. So now that we understand that, the next thing I'm going to tell you to do when it comes to these Facebook groups, when you see this, right, is you want to make sure you are engaging with these people. You want to make sure you're trying to engage with these people constantly posting content on your Facebook group, constantly posting content in the local areas of whatever it is that you're living at. Because, I mean, chances are obviously you're probably going to be doing local work in the areas where you're living at. So that's why you want to post in there, because if you're posting in that local area, that's probably because of the fact that you know you're in and outs of where it is where you're living at. You know your way around, right? Like, obviously it just makes more sense to be in the area where you're locally at, where you know where everything's at, versus just going into a brand new area. I mean, you can go in a brand new area, but that's something you have to be able to use discernment for, as far as if you think it's worth the drive, whatever the case might very well be. Now, last but not least, the last thing that I want to tell you to do is, before we get into the last part of it, the other thing I want to talk about here really quickly is the last point that I just want to make on this subject when it comes to advertising and engaging with people. I'm not necessarily going to sit here and tell you you have to do exactly what it is that these people are doing and the examples of what I'm giving you. But what I will tell you is when you see someone there doing something and it looks like it's working, and it looks like they're having a lot of success at it, that they are having a lot of success at it, then it's really important, I personally think, to model after successful people. If it looks like that they're doing something good and it looks like the content's really good, it's a good idea to model after them. Not to do exactly what they did, but you model after them because you understand that if they're doing something that obviously works, then why can't it work for you? You don't necessarily have to do it exactly what they did. It's just something along the lines of what they're doing, because you can clearly see that anybody can do this. They're showing what it looks like after they're done, like, for example, mowing their lawn. And you can see in the content that it looks really good. It looks really attractive. That if I wanted someone to mow my lawn, these are probably going to be the people that I'm going to call, hoping that they're going to be around the corner from me of where I live. So I really hope that makes sense. Model after the people that look like that they are successful, that they look like they are doing something right, because it makes more sense to learn from other successful people than just trying to figure it out yourself. So kind of really hope that makes sense. I hope that really drives home. If you get anything out of this, I really hope you get that. Always model after people that are successful. Now, last but not least, the next thing I'm going to tell you to do is, and here's the thing when it comes to this. No, not I apologize about that. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't even know if that's going to work. There we go. Okay, so it's going to take a second to load up. So one of the things I will tell you to do, not that has to be Lennar, this is just an example of what I'm giving right now, is I will tell you to target, actually the next thing I'm going to tell you to do is network with these people. Right? The kind of people you want to network with is like real estate agents, homeowners, anything along that category. Why? Because they are probably going to be the ones to really know who actually needs their lawn to be mowed. They're going to be the ones to know exactly what it is that their people that they're selling the houses to as far as what they actually need. And it's kind of, if you think about it, if you go out with these people, you have a cup of coffee, because when it comes to networking with these people, you don't necessarily have to go out and have like a fancy dinner and it has to be a $200 plate per person. It's not that serious. It could be something as simple as just going out, having a cup of coffee, having some conversation, them talking about their business, you're talking about your business, and the in and outs of where this is kind of a win-win is because not only will they more than likely be willing to advertise your business, especially if you give them like your business cards, if you have your business cards saying, hey, these, I have a stack of these business cards, if you could leave them at the, at your desk or whatever, I would really appreciate it. And it's kind of a win-win because not only are they more than likely going to be willing to help advertise your business because you've taken the time to network with these people, you've taken the time to have conversations with them and build connections with these people, but it's also a win-win in that sense because at the same time that they're going to be willing to help you market your business, you more than likely you're probably going to be helping to market their business as well. So I really hope that makes sense. I hope you really got a lot of value out of this. If you felt like you got a lot of value out of this, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Leave me your thoughts on the comment section down below because I always want to know what you got to say because I want to know what you think. And also something to keep in mind. And remember, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below that's going to give you free training so that this way you can learn how to drive hundreds of customers to the front door of your business every single day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.